session left, and in the interest of time, we are gonna cut it a little bit short so we can be done at 4:30. But Lee and we're gonna talk through some common conversations you're probably gonna have with growers, and really it's gonna be a discussion. I kind of want to hear from you guys and how you would handle some of these conversations. Um, I don't know if you want to start and just kind of talk about. Do you want me to go or do you want to go? Okay. I mean, you guys probably have experience with this objectional conversations. They are a part of life. You're not gonna get through being a dealer, um, selling things without having people come to you and say, your product doesn't work. I don't like this, or whatever it might be. My tips for this is be confident in what you offer. In order to sell a product, you have to trust the product. You have to believe in it yourself. Otherwise, the people you sell to, they're going to see right through it. We've talked about this a little bit today, but learn the ROI of the product. I know we have a really good sheet that we can probably share post-conference that talks about that ROI. I think Nick touched on it a little bit, especially right now when the farm economy it's tight. And one of the first things people cut out is that ag tech. ROI can help in this situation. Sell your knowledge as a dealer, sell your service. Offer the best service possible. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, and communication is huge. Yeah. Oh, I don't think your mic is on, but you can go to the next one. Um, Another thing I want to touch on is, I mean, you have to remember you have to treat each customer, each grower as an individual person. I know, like, when you get in the thick of things and it's the heat of the season, or you have so many customers you're dealing with, it can be difficult to um, see each person as an individual, not group them into, oh, I know they're like this grower. I know like they're like this farmer. To just try to remember that everyone comes with a different story. Everyone comes with different goals. And really sitting down with them and asking them like, why are you here? Is it to save money? Is it tech expansion? Is it because your neighbor said to come to me? I just listed a couple things here, but again, like just get to know your growers on an individual basis. So we're gonna walk just through like two scenarios that you'll probably come across if you haven't already. And we're just gonna go around if you guys have ideas, kind of touch on this. So you are a vendor at an irrigation show in town. Have any of you gone to farm shows and set up a booth? A couple of you? Okay. A grower in their area comes to your booth. You know, he has two new irrigation systems last year and is new to watering. He asks you, what is crop X and would it be helpful on my farm? So kind of get together with your guys' tables, think of a good response. This is something that I struggled with at first, knocking out this response, making it not boring or not like I'm just trying to speak to a brick wall. And maybe some of you already have this answer. But yeah, think about this for 2 minutes and then we'll come back together and talk about it.
My big brother rode an Indian scout. It was black like his jacket, American spirit hanging out of his mouth. Just like our daddy, he kick-started that bike one night, broke mama's heart. Wanted that hill out west, out where the wild things are. He'd call me up every couple of weeks. South California, talk about the desert and the Joshua tree. It's pretty girl stories. And how we bought an Airstream trailer and a J45 guitar. Said, little brother, you love it out here.
Okay, we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna pick on.
Start right here.
Okay, this is the fun thing where I get to
Yeah, the
pick on
farm
people.
tech guys.
Okay, what is Crop X and why is it beneficial?
CropX. The tool. CropX is the tool for your toolbox to help educate yourself and make better decisions on how to maximize your irrigator that you just put in.
How does it help me make better decisions?
It's gonna reassure when you need to put the water on and when you need to let your plant grow.
Yeah, I think the best thing I've ever heard is old Frenchie over there. He always calls it the gauge, the water gauge for your field. And that's just as simple and as easy as it can get, especially where you're from in Minnesota, where irrigation's new to everybody.
Who do I want to pick on next? Everyone's trying to avoid eye contact with me.
Oh,
I'm the new guy here, but not new to agronomy by any means, I guess. Um, CropX is a tool, basically measuring the water efficiency of your soil in order to maximize water and irrigation decisions, and make you money.
Okay, we'll do one more and then move on. There's no volunteers. I'm gonna pick on the girls.
CropX is a probe that goes in your field and then helps you save money and know when to irrigate and make best of your crop.
I always told people too, it's about taking the guesswork out of irrigation, right? It's one of those things, just like we manage our nutrients, we manage everything else on the field level. Why are we not managing our water? So, like I said, in the interest of time, I think let's do this one. Some of you have probably come across this scenario. So you have been working with a customer for 2 years. They were required to install sensors in their field because of an NRCS EQIP irrigation water management program. This is his final year in the EQIP program, and after he is no longer required to have sensors in the field. He comes to you and states he does not want sensors next year as he didn't see the value in them. He only had the sensors so he could be paid. What is your response to this situation? What are some ways you can explain the value of the sensors beyond an NRCS payment? Are you able to incorporate some ROI and agronomic principles into your response? Take a couple minutes. We'll do it again.
Signal gasoline and light up those streets. Never sleep when the sky goes dark. Out where the wild things are. I called my brother from the back of that plane. Second I made it, we started drinking on the strip in LA. Then it got crazy. Ended up at a house in the hills with some Hollywood stars. Kissing on a blonde in a backyard pool. Out where the wild things are. Why the devil I feel I at the end of that song, but
Okay. I've got a few people picked out for this one. Lee directed me. I'm gonna throw Lee under the bus.
Yeah, we got a couple good ones back there.
Whatever. I guess the whole deal with the NRCS program is the idea of just like, they used to do funding on, back when we gravity irrigated, you give you funding to, put new gates in gravity pipe. The whole idea of the program is to understand the value. I actually say there ought to be a penalty if they didn't follow recommendations and pay attention, but they really need to understand, that the program works. There's a reason they did it. So, a lot of them will just get it because they get cost share on a pivot and they pay no attention. My deal is they just need to maybe look at the data once for a year and understand the deal. We don't get along with all the growers we do and not make them more money.
Tack onto that, we kind of do see this quite a bit, and it ain't something that you wait until you hear the words, "Oh, we're almost done with our program and we're not looking into it this year or next year." So what we're going to do is once you figure out that they're in an NRCS equip program, you really lean into that customer a little harder, really make a point to show them the value in it, to show them, hey, you noticed last week we saved you a turn on that pivot right there, and that expanded you out an extra 4 days here, an extra 5 days there. And you keep pointing out those little things. So over the time you come to this point, you can look at it and be like, well, remember this point last year when we got that big rain and we saved you 3 turns on your pivot? You have something to fall back on in an insurance policy to then counter that argument. So I like to kind of just self-insure by having that in my back pocket and making sure to educate them early on.
Yes. Coming. Are you good? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. My goodness.
So she covered this in her last slide about communication. Your communication with these people is going to be absolutely key from the moment that they step in. Okay. If you just sell it to them and you don't communicate with them, you don't treat it as a service, then these units, 85% of the time or better, are just going to end up on a dadgum shelf. Okay. If you give it to them, you get them set up initially, and then you quit communicating with them, they're going to end up back on a shelf. Okay. It's, this, I know that we position this product and we say all the time about the ease of, the ease of installation and everything else. All right. This is not a light bar that you sell off the shelf and they just install it themselves and then done. This is a service product. Okay. You keep them interested in it. Now, there will come a time, I think, as they go along and you've done your job and you've communicated with them, that they can go out and do it themselves, and maybe they want to pay less and keep on using it because now they're confident enough to get out on their own. That will not happen in year one, I don't think, not with many people. All right. So it's communication, communication, communication. This is a service product. That's it. I'm sorry. I hope that.
Wonderful point. Anything to build on that, Lee?
Like Preston said, it is a service project. This is a product that helps you make multiple touches with that customer and you develop a relationship. And once you develop that relationship, they're going to look to you for other things you may do, whether it be pivots, whether it be agronomy. It will help you open that door for communication.
How are we on time? Good? We're good on. Oh, we got time for one more, guys. Okay. I'm gonna make you do it just because this was hard work last week. Okay, you have a seasoned grower who is very comfortable with irrigation water management and the CropVac software. He has a solid understanding of the graphs and irrigation insights. Judging by the profile sum, you can tell he is watering as efficiently as possible. The grower is to the point where he wants to use CropVac software for more than just scheduling irrigation events. So we don't have to do 5 features on the app, but think of like 2 to 3 things you would point him to on our software beyond water management that we have available, that you think would be beneficial for a grower who is like nailing water management out of the park. 60 seconds. Think it through.
His heart's on fire and crazy dreams. Oh. Said he hit that garden as 3. Lit up those streets, never sleep when the sky goes dark. We buried him out in the wind, the West Coast star. Out where the wild things are.
Okay. I want to get this done at 4:30 because I'm the type of person that loves
It's the
it.
last one. Make it a good one before happy hour.
And I know who I'm gonna pick on because Lee's picking the people.
Oh, understand the question.
Okay, I'm going to the
He's
second.
not gonna do it. There we go. Let's go over there.
I would direct, I would direct the, I would direct customers to the prescription, creating tools to start with, and then start looking into, which I had a few conversations with you guys before, but start looking into bringing some agronomic yield data into Ops Center with some future plans there, and grow in that area for future development.
On you, Caleb, because of John Deere Operations Center. So, I mean, you are Grossenberg, so, or y'all are with Grossenberg, so that'd be the great spot, I think, to lead in. It's another touch point, so. Guess other than that,
Yeah, we're good. I'm gonna hand it over to Tim to do some closing remarks. Thank you. Thank you, guys.